This video is all about the accessories that I use on my Canon C200 that help me get the job done on this channel and a couple other channels. I found that adding a little bit of affordable accessories to this setup of a beast of a camera helps immensely in quickly producing and turning around projects and delivering them on the web. So in no particular order, let's get into it. But I will say that if you take nothing away from this video, the thing that I'm going to talk about first is the wooden camera push button Rosette. This is an absolute must-have, and I highly recommend this item for you because this camera is not light, and when you're shooting and out there running and gunning, the handheld grip on this thing is not easily adjustable without tightening and loosening the Rosette connection from the hand grip to the camera body. This thing allows me to take a lot of strain off my wrist, and it allows me to get all the angles that I need, and is absolutely wonderful to have. I've had this thing since its release, and I don't think I could live without something like this. And this goes for any heavy camera out there that has a hand grip. You could absolutely use this tool for you if it has a Rosette connection. The next thing that I would recommend to you is the Canon 17 to 55 millimeter f2.8 EFS lens. The reason behind that is that those of you that may or may not know, the sensor in the Canon C200 is not stabilized, so you're going to have to pair it with a stabilized lens. And because you can put EFS lenses on the Canon C200, and there is this awesome option out there that is quite affordable when it comes to Canon lenses, the 17 to 55 millimeter is absolutely a must-have. It's quick, it's sharp, it's constant f2.8 throughout its focal lengths, and it has built-in optical image stabilization, and it is just an absolute pleasure to shoot with because it creates some really nice bokeh and is absolutely responsive. It communicates with the C200 in a fair way as well because you can adjust its autofocus speed in the system on the Canon C200. So with its affordability, I've seen this lens go for as little as $600, and you can get them even cheaper used. I absolutely recommend the Canon 17 to 55 millimeter lens for the Canon C200. Keeping along with this mobile shooting setup, the next thing that I would recommend to you is the SmallRig Sun Hood for the monitor on this thing. The Canon C200 is infamous for not having the brightest monitor, so you're going to want to have something that provides a fair amount of shade to your monitor when you're out there shooting. This thing is absolutely awesome, and for like $15 to $18, it's a no-brainer, and I absolutely recommend purchasing it. So staying within the SmallRig family, I would recommend that you purchase the SmallRig Top Plate. I've tested other much more expensive options out there, and I wasn't happy with them, so I ended up returning them, and I ended up staying with this much more affordable option that allows me to get the job done just as well. And when you pair this top plate with SmallRig's Red Handle, I have no doubt in my mind that you would absolutely love having this top handle in place, because you literally just get a small NATO mount, attach it to the top plate, and slap this red handle on there, and it's really comfortable and easy to use. And with having the red handle, I would recommend that you put some sort of cold shoe mount on top of it, and that can go with anything, but in my setup I use ProMediaGears because it doesn't twist. ProMediaGear probably makes the best cold shoe mounts out there, and I use them everywhere on everything that I have. And along with attaching a cold shoe mount on top of the SmallRig Red Handle, I would highly recommend that you invest in purchasing Wooden Camera's EVF monitor bracket that you can slap on the front of it. This allows you to continue to use Canon's stock monitor mount and gives you full range of usability with the monitor. It is something that I really enjoy having, and I haven't found another solution out there that allows me to manipulate the monitor in such a way that Canon provides with the stock monitor mount. Moving into capturing some solid audio, because I don't use the stock mount that's provided by Canon because I want something that's removable and replaceable quickly and easily, I would highly recommend that you purchase Rode's SM3R camera shoe mount. This thing is absolutely a beast. It allows you to mount pretty much any shotgun microphone on top of the Canon C200, and it fits really nicely in line with the SmallRig Red Handle. I will say that you won't be able to use the monitor in line with the lens. You're going to have to push the monitor off to the side, and just keep that in mind because this thing sits on top of the red handle, and it is something that has worked really well for me anyways. Keeping right in line with audio, I would highly recommend that you invest in some short XLR cables. The ones that I've found to be the most reliable and probably competitively priced are the LyxPro cables. These little 1.5 foot cables are awesome. You can get them right angled connections or straight. I have a couple of them. This specific cable I've been using since I've had the Canon C200 and have had no issues with it. I use it almost every time that I use my Canon C200 whenever I'm shooting on the go. Staying in line with shooting mobile, I would highly recommend that you consider investing in a wireless transmission system. The one that I recommend to you is the PortKeys Claymore system. This is an SDI wireless transmitter that can also handle HDMI if you need it, if you have a different camera setup that doesn't have SDI out. This thing handles video signals like a champ. It takes everything from the Canon C200, no matter the frame rate or resolution. It has a really small receiver that can be easily attached to a portable setup for a director's monitor, so I can easily attach this to like my Atomos Ninja 5 or V, and the receiver isn't as big either, and it's all powered off a 5-volt USB input. The receiver's form factor isn't large at all and could easily sit on top a Canon C200. It runs off a Canon LPE6 batteries, and I can get a good 3 or 4 hours of transmission time on this system with that single battery. It's not hot swappable or anything, but it works really well, and for $700 it's hard to not recommend this wireless transmission system to you. So with all this stuff, it could become quite cumbersome in making adjustments to it, especially if you carry around a bunch of tools. The one that I found that just works with everything that I have and everything that I've mentioned in this video is the Red tool. This thing is absolutely awesome. I haven't found a situation where I haven't packed this in my bag, because it is an absolute lifesaver and it allows me to make any adjustments that I need to my Canon C200 setup. This thing is rather affordable, and it is something that you should buy regardless if you have a Canon C200 or not. Now, one bonus item that's on this list that you absolutely shouldn't buy but is really cool is the Global Dynamics United sensor cover. This thing is just beautiful. It looks awesome on my camera and keeps it looking just cool. And when you, I really don't have any other explanation for it. It's something that just looks cool on my camera when I don't have a lens attached to it, or when I'm traveling, I pull it out of the bag and it just looks beautiful. The Global Dynamics sensor cover is not needed in any shape or way or form, but I recommend it because it looks damn cool. If you're interested in current pricing and availability, it will be linked in the description. A good amount of those will be my affiliate links. Some things I won't be able to find, so I'll just link directly to the webpage where I purchased them, and you can pick it up there. The affiliate links help me, or help support me in the content creation here on this channel, and I really appreciate it if you do shop through those. It costs you nothing in addition to getting your product, and it gives me a little bit of kickback. So if you like this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, you know what to do. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I am Tomas, and I will catch you in the next one.